Hello everybody, I hope you are pumped for Temporus. I know that I am, and I've been loving the comments and feedback you guys have been leaving on my giveaway video / Temporus guide. And speaking of that, you got just a wee bit more time to try to get your entry in there. If you want to participate, I will leave a link to that in the description below so you can go over there and figure out how to put your entry in there. But to keep the Temporus hype rolling, Ankama has released 3 Osatopia kind of like teaser trailers that shows like some gameplay and some things that we haven't seen before. So what I did is I downloaded all 3 of them, stitched them together, and I thought it would be fun to kind of go through these and pause it and make comments and see if we can spot some things that look interesting to us for Temporus. If that sounds like a good time to you, if you could do me a huge favor real quick and just smack that like button, I'd appreciate it. Let's do this. All right, the first one here, it says Osatopia, and it had some gameplay listed, but it's very small. A good chunk of this one looks like it's for 2.64, and then I'll point out when I think it's transitioned into actual Osatopia stuff. So here's the first one.
Today, let's talk about Osatopia in update 2.64 for Dofus. Temporis is a unique experience for all players.
Don't you just love that?
Apprentices and
charging
experts
start.
begin a complete adventure from scratch.
That looks awesome.
Temporis
see right
is
there.
Also an opportunity for the gods.
See everything up to there, you could see the characters actually doing attacking and stuff, and we already know that our characters can't actually attack in this Temporus. So none of that was Temporus stuff there.
They can take the reins of the event and impose their rules. That's what Osamodas has done.
I think I always say that wrong.
Scores of creatures to the world of 12
Go figure.
for this 7th edition. In Osatopia,
okay, right there, I noticed this. Maybe you guys can tell me. I'll back it up. This little, right down there, the little black surrounding the Sedita, is that an emote or an aura that you can get in the game? I wasn't quite sure what that was related to. It looks like it might be just an aura that your character can have. I haven't seen that one before, though, so it looked really cool. This is what a group looks like with a monster. Oh, he's probably got it turned on to where it shows all the enemies in a group. Okay, see like the Scar Leafs over here. It's showing the whole mob. So that might be something you want to do during this Temporus, is you might want to change your settings so that it shows everything. Or maybe it does just show the monster emblem if it's a mobster group. So I don't know. It might be something if you want to quickly spot them. Maybe that's a little easier way to spot them.
in Osatopia, players will have to capture monsters scattered throughout the world.
One thing I noticed here too.
These monsters reveal their true form when attacked.
No, it wasn't in this one.
Are especially rare.
Said especially rare when this one came out. So it might be the fact that it's a white Baomeow is what might make this kind of a rare one. This is what I'll point out moving forward. Anytime you see the red ring, you'll know that that's a monster that he's actually captured and is using. In the next video, I think it is, you actually start to see groups, and you'll be able to pinpoint which ones are actually monsters real fast by the red ring, because they're on his team.
Choose a starting monster and see it evolve throughout the adventure. Team up with your friends and head out to capture all 151
I wish there would be something like that actually in the game where you could swipe through them. How cool would that be?
This summer. Today, we are sharing
the next
what makes
one.
Osatopia a unique adventure in Update 2.64.
This one's much
Dofus.
better than the first one.
First, the character classes are played differently.
I like that little spot there.
You'll get new, very simple mechanics at level 1.
You can see the other one out there. So here's where, very beginning. Now, I don't recognize this as an Incarnum creature. Oh, I wonder if that's a monster. Because I don't think this is something you would typically see up here. I could be mistaken. Maybe this is something specific to this Temporus. I don't know. But I love the turtle. You know, I made that comment about picking out which one you think you might like the most based upon who you want riding in the back of that bike. I'm really leaning towards the turtle. I might go capture the other ones and end up using the other ones. But I really love this little Ninja Turtle looking dude.
These generally include one...
Here we got a larva. We got the wabbit. Okay.
passive skill.
Now this one here...
And
let's see if I can...
force.
There we go. I think this is the Black Widow or something like that. These things are actually pretty tough in the dungeon. I think those are the ones that wrap you up so you can't do a turn. But these are two creatures that he's captured. I'm guessing this is a monster that he's trying to capture, because I feel like there was one, I think it was in the first one, it showed this creature popping out of a monster. The monster was turned into this. So maybe this is just a continuation from that fight. I don't know. But that's a high level creature right there. This is Frigos 3 area, I believe. So this is late game content, you could say.
Spells, but each class is different.
Here's another one. This one is his monster, and these are enemies that he's fighting. But this one is out of place again, it seems. That must be the monster that popped up in the group. I'm assuming that if you see a creature outside its normal habitat, then that means it's probably a monster. Which, honestly, I don't even know what area this is. It looks wild, though. That's pretty cool. These creatures, they look amazing.
And of course, you'll also play with your creatures, the monsters.
Of course, that wasn't a very strong hit.
Generally include
Wait a second,
one
let's see that
passive
again.
skill and 3 or 4 spells, but each class is different.
Negative 20? He hovered over it real briefly. What level did it show? Maybe he's just not leveled up. Okay, that thing has 2,082 health. I've had the question come up a lot, people asking, because I totally forgot to put it in my previous guide. The stats of your character transfer to your monster. So as you gain more HP, elemental attack, damage, all that kind of stuff, it transfers to your monster. It's in your best interest to keep buffing yourself up. So here, I mean, that's a cat's eye cape. And, you know, this is high-level gear, and that thing's got over 2,000 health. I wonder why it only hits by 20, though. Makes me a little nervous. Unless I'm reading that wrong. Maybe that's a specific type of attack. Maybe it's a debuff, and that's just a small amount of damage it does when it does the attack. I don't know. I'm going to watch, see if we can see some bigger hits, maybe at some point.
You'll also play with your creatures, the monsters.
Let's see if we get... There's one that...
Equipment
and that must be the third one.
Osatopia. Most is
Gear.
obtained directly as loot from monsters with very favorable drop rates.
Favorable drop rates. We got to like the sound of that, right? Oh, there it was again. Okay, here... And there's that same creature. Whole different fight.
Is this shop?
Here he's got one of the Moon Island birds as a monster. And this one's his. Remember, red ring means it's on his team. I don't know what he's fighting over there, but... So there's a couple more that you can get. Oh, here we go. So I noticed... That's a good thing to point out. It looks like he's casting... See how he does that little... And he's doing it there too. It's where he jumps up and kind of spikes down. I believe if you use Soul Capture in the game of Dofus right now, that's the animation that takes place for casting and trying to capture. And I think that's what he's doing right here. So if he just captured this monster, because then right here when it pops up, he's got a spell over here. Now that looks like the same one that there was for, was it Nemo? I think, the Nemo fish, but it definitely doesn't look like a Nemo environment. So I don't know, maybe swimming around in the blood? Nemo 2.0. But yeah, so that's probably what we're seeing there, is the actual capture taking place. Level 200. Okay, so he's running around with a level 200 character. I don't know why that thing only did 20 damage.
The crafters, who add both...
This is nice. I'm glad they actually put this in here, because I made that comment about how you might be able to crush a monster over here. This will most likely be a zap or an area that you can get back to real easily, like on Ecaflip City, and I think the previous one as well. I'm trying to remember what the name of that one was, but the Scroll Slayer. They redid Scroll Slayer. You could get to this area a lot easier. In the beginning of the game, if you're dropping lots of gear, it can be annoying to have to run all the way to Bonta, all the way to Brockmar, or there's a little crusher not too far outside of Astrub you can go to. Now we've got one right up here. You can come up here, crush all your stuff, and then move on. So I like that they've stuck one up here, and that it is for this. It's for crushing gear.
Bonus to equipment will also be happy, because this mechanic generates a lot of runes in a short...
Yeah, anybody, if this is your first time doing a Temporis, don't worry too much about the regular professions. When regular gear is just being thrown at you from every mob that you fight, it's almost pointless to even try to level those. Where you do want to spend your effort, though, is on maging gears. That's where you can still make some good combos during this event, as well as using the new profession that's part of this Temporis, the beast maging one.
Span of time. There will also be arc monsters and wanted monsters, daily bonuses like those in
I love the little pile of poop right there.
Only in Osatopia, and a tournament to conclude the event. You know
And
what
a tournament.
To do. Hunt, tame,
All right, so that's the second one. Third one literally came out just today, which is the 21st. I'm hoping to maybe get this out today still.
Why you should jump into the ephemeral dimension known as Osatopia in update
I can just
2.64 for
spacebar pause.
Dofus. First,
Here's the room. Here's what it looks like. I think this is our first shot of actually seeing it filled in with the NPCs. So this is the lady that you would talk to get, that is like right up here in, like right out here is probably that main area of the ethereal, whatever that, I forget what it was, the dimension that is part of this. I don't know what this NPC is for here. I don't remember hearing about this character during the reveal. Here's our two. This is the one you can swap extras to get OSA tokens. Here's where you can swap to get probably baits and things. So I don't know what she's here for. But yeah, here's what that room looks like. I like that there's like a little creature in here and everything. I wonder if you can interact with these at all, or if they're just there for looks.
There are unique new places to discover.
I'd love to get a pink
that are
tofu.
only available
That would be
in
fun.
Osatopia. You'll find the Beastology Workshop, the Monster Center.
Okay, this is the main area. Yeah, here's the lady. This is the person you would talk to. Oop, I'm kind of covering it. Oh, what was his name? I forget what his name was. But you talk to him, and that's where you can go fight wanted monsters and arc monsters. I also noticed he's doing a little bit of a cheer here.
The Monster Center and other unusual spots.
I don't recognize
And
that
that's not
emote.
all. Battling creatures means
This is one of the
combat
regular
arenas.
emotes that we'll be
Discover
getting
a
on the
whole
battle
bunch
pass.
that have been created just for Osatopia. Plus, there's a special interface.
Okay, here we go. Now, it doesn't show the first, if you remember right, in the everything up until now, it's like showing you what these first ones are. So this is a new one right here, number 9. My guess is the evolved form of this is probably going to be just a big crack rock, or whatever it is. These guys are pretty annoying. I wonder if we'll have a spell from them where you can make an enemy skip its turn, because you know how they can do that? They can also make their allies turn invisible, so I wonder if they'll have that ability as well. We got the snowman
All
here.
the monsters.
Oh, that went kind of fast. Let's see what else we got here. Number 60, we got a blue larva. And we did see a larva as one of the monsters in an earlier scene. Here it... Oh, that's the same spot. I wonder if it was just still loading, maybe? Because we got two enemies right there, or two monsters on the same spot. Okay, there's the Rotseer, I think is how I usually pronounce that. From the Kolak area. He looks mean. 71. Oh, it did it again. I wonder if some of these are like images that are higher up, but because he scrolls down so fast, we're kind of seeing him overlap. I don't know. I'm going to guess this is probably an evolved form of the mush, or the mud. I think that's what it's called, just mud. The real little bitty one. I bet that's right here. And this is the evolved form, if I had to guess. Okay, here's one. We're seeing a couple spells. This is going to be an air attack. The brick. Oh, I bet that's the shovels that he can cast out. I'm assuming that like a lot of these are probably going to be the actual spells that these creatures use just in Dofus. It's just now we have control over them. Makes me wonder if they're considering, because you know how it's been revealed that there's going to be a new class coming. They haven't revealed a whole lot about that class yet, but I wonder if it's going to be something where it can take control of enemies. If they put together this Temporis to test out this feature and figure out how all that works, and then they have a new class that comes out, and maybe one of the main abilities of that class is it can take control of enemies, maybe they're trying to use this as an opportunity to work out all these different spells and stuff. I don't know. Just throwing it out there as a thought. There's a bunch. Okay, here at the end. So we got big orange fish guy. It's one of those little not a side duck. That's an actual Pokemon. Okay, it's the kiddo. I can't even think of the name of that one at the moment. All right. I wish he would have hovered his mouse over more of these so we could have paused it and seen some more of the stats over here. Oh, they all just changed again. Well, these look way cooler. But here's this thing down here at 139. Maybe it's because it's rare. Because I feel like this is a fairly low level creature. I wonder if this is the evolved form of that, if that's what they're piecing together there. Okay. Well, I wish that was a little more helpful. I don't know how many of these are actually what we saw for those numbers, because I feel like it's changing back and forth. Like if I back this up a little bit, right there is different than right here, but it's the same. I think it's a loading thing. Maybe that's why they went so fast on this spot on the clip. Look, I'll replay this and you'll see how fast they move. And maybe that's why they did it so fast, because they saw that there was like some loading issues.
Plus, there's a special interface for finding all the monsters.
So he swipes down real fast.
Yes, just to make sure you capture all 151. What's more,
All right.
the GMs have prepared a wild event for you. They'll
GM
play
event?
Team Croquette, a mischievous group, kidnapping monsters for mysterious reasons.
Uh-oh. Who knows?
As you can see, fantastic
this-
surprises are waiting.
I don't know what this area is. You'll have to let me know in the comments if you recognize this place, but I don't recognize it, so I'm assuming it's related to Temporus. But he's also doing this little thing where he's combining. Maybe this is a Haven bag, although I would see a chest. I don't see a chest. But see, there's like all these monsters. There's all these monsters trapped in here. I don't know. But he's got this little thing he's doing where he's pouring the vials together, and I don't recognize that emote either. So maybe that's a... Because I think there's one emote that we haven't seen yet. All right, I'll play this again here real quick, just so you can see that animation.
See, fantastic surprises are waiting for you in the game and will only happen once.
I mean, it's fun.
Revive your primal instincts in Dofus this summer.
All right, so there we go. That's all 3 videos. I don't know if they'll have another one come out. There's still a week before Temporus starts. So there's a possibility that there'll be a 4th one drop. I doubt I will make another video just to cover that one unless there's something really cool in it. But I will at least make sure to retweet it so that anybody following me on my Twitter will be aware of it. But I'm excited for Temporus, and I hope you are too. If you're not exactly sure what this Temporus is and you're still not sure if you want to participate, I got a video, again, I will link it in the description, and that'll explain what this Temporus is and gives you a lot more details about the battle pass and all the things that you can earn and maybe how it's going to work. Anyways, thanks again for watching. Continue to be safe out there, and I will see you on the next one, which will probably be Temporus.